Hey everybody, welcome into Siren Records Monterey. It's Fresh Catch Friday, and as always, I like to start out with picks of the week. And my big pick for you this week, if I can, okay, sorry, it's Rainbow Kitten Surprise, and it is RKS live from Athens, Georgia. This is over 3 LPs, and this is on the new Electro label, and this is this Nashville-based quintet. And if you're not familiar with them, they're kind of genre-defying because they mix all sorts of elements into their very high-energy, enthusiastic recordings and live show now here for you. So this is their first official live album, and it's a 25-song collection that was recorded during a 2-night stand at the Georgia Theater in Athens, Georgia, on the band's 2019 sold-out show. And this is their North American tour, and it's a 3 LP vinyl featuring 5 sides of music and special artists etching on the 6th side. So it's over 2.5 hours of music. It includes a 12-page booklet, and it's limited edition, like I said, on that etched vinyl. So anyway, this is a very, like I said, very high dynamic, high energy show, and it's just really fun to listen to. If you're not familiar with them, they're a real interesting band, and they it sounds like a sold out show. You know, it's just got that feel to it where it's like packed room and just, you know, all kinds of like they're getting back. I think, you know, there's, you know, I don't particularly like it on live albums when there's like crowd singing, but it kind of works on this one, and it's like a nice interplay between this band and the audience. But anyway, really super enjoyed this one, thought it was great, really good enough to be pick of the week. It's long. It's like I said, it's over 2.5 hours of music, but boy, it's a lot of fun. And the other one that I was real happy to see, and this one actually is a reissue, and this one is the Poets of Rhythm, and it's called Discern Define. This is on the Daptone label. This is the first vinyl reissue of this 2001 classic, years after its initial release, and it's originally put out on Ninja Tune, as I said, in 2001, and mixed by DJ Shadow. And this is their classic album. These guys are pioneers in this modern funk scene of the 90s. And, you know, they kind of like push boundaries out by mixing up their brand of classic funk and adding into that the next level elements of rock, psychedelia, Afrobeat, jazz, and really super heavy drums. And this really creates this whole good time feeling of just funky soul. But anyway, really good listen today. It's they're calling it Unlimited Black Vinyl Edition, which is funny, and they're celebrating their 20th anniversary with this. So this is reimagined artwork and a gatefold sleeve now. But anyway, this really very great to listen to. Now, so let's get to it. There's some more stuff here today. A lot of reissues. You know, this goes kind of that way. I'll get some of this moved out of here so that we can go along here. Okay, first up, this is Tori Amos, Under the Pink. This is a reissue. This is on Atlantic, and this is from 1994 is when this came out originally, and it's been cut by the producer John Astley. It's got the original track set up, but it's over 2 LPs now. This is the one that had that single Cornflake Girl on it. But anyway, one of her very you know, hot selling records. Anyway, out of print, I guess, for a while, and back with us now. It's like, well, let me see. Does this say timeless album fully remastered over 2 LPs? Okay, got it. All right, next up is Joan Armatrading Consequences. This is through BMG Rights, and this is a new album. It's, let me see, mostly self-recorded and produced, but you know, believe it or not, this is her 20th record album, and it still comes across that she's definitely got the skill and the songwriting, and you know, after all this time, still doing it great. This was a nice one. Okay, then we have this is, we did the vinyl of this. Now it's here on cassette, this new Claro that's called Sling. So that's here for you on cassette now. Okay. And let's see, then we have, I don't know, this one's in the wrong spot. All right, this one here, Andra Day, United States versus Billie Holiday. This was like originally I think it was going to be made for Netflix, but then they sold the rights of it to Hulu, so it was on there. And this is on gold vinyl. The thing that is so great about this Andra Day is that she actually does all the singing on this, but she's so good that actually people were wondering if she was even the singer, like they thought it was Billie Holiday. But anyway, it's you know, people have maybe complained a little bit about the unstructured tone of the movie itself, but she got all kinds of nominations. I think she won awards for this, so she's an Oscar nominee and a Golden Globe winner for Best Actress. So it's a limited edition for collectors on gold vinyl. But anyway, that's here now too. Okay. And then we have John Denver, Poems, Prayers, and Promises. This is on Sony Legacy. And let me see. This has like Take Me Home, Country Roads is on this. Sunshine on My Shoulders. It was a big, huge album for John Denver. 50th anniversary of that. So that's available now on vinyl. This one was another great one. This is Elle Michaels' Affair meets Liam Bailey, and this is Icandeo Inversions. Okay, so this is on Big Crown Records, and this is, they took the notion that the old and the new can, you know, kind of thrive side by side comfortably together, making this like new music. That kind of birthed the idea for this record. And very, very good listen today. And it's features guest appearances by Lee Scratch Perry and Black Thought. So I'm seeing that this is one's on red vinyl and one's on black vinyl. And how do we tell those apart? Okay, this one is the translucent red that's got the black at the top of the sticker. If you all come in and you want to buy it, that's how you tell them apart. And I think that those red ones, I want to say they're super limited. Not sure, though. I don't have a number of how many. But anyway, that was really one, recommend that one. That was great. Okay, this one is Erasure, the Neon remixes. This is a limited edition. It's through Mute, and it's 18 tracks of, you know, remixed, brand new mixes, everything here. This is previously unreleased track called Secrets is also on here, and it is a limited edition double vinyl. Side A is Transparent Amber, and side B is Yellow Edge Glow. I'm not sure what that means. So there's a download code also featuring 7 additional remixes. So that's a pretty, but anyway, this is limited edition. Not sure how many, but they always say limited, and sometimes they give you the number, other times not so much. Okay, this one is Bendigo Fletcher, Fits of Laughter. Now this is on New Electra, and this is a band from Louisville, Kentucky. The front man is Ryan Anderson, and he he crafts this poetry, and then the band like matches it with this like real, you know, jangly kind of mix of country folk and psychedelia. So, you know, it really works together. It comes out this like very kind of raw, fun kind of stuff. But anyway, that is another record that I want to say it was like coming out of confinement. You know, another one of these. There's so many of those kind of records now, but like I said, everybody was, I guess, working, you know, and they're all coming out. It's, of course, something like that is going to influence everyone, and these artists are just, you know, they're all putting out their emotions and what they went through on vinyl. So here's like another one of those. Also, though, good record. This one here is Jennifer Hudson, Respect, the original soundtrack for that. This is through Epic, and you know, this is like Jennifer Hudson covering Aretha Franklin songs. It's all about that, and I think that there is an original track here, yes, that is just her, and Here I Am, Singing My Way Home. That's like something that was, I guess they put it in there for the film, but it's not an Aretha Franklin song per se. But anyway, it's got like everything you would have wanted out of Aretha here. And from what I understand, she does a really, really good job with that. So, yeah, lots of kind of soundtracks today. All right, next up is Jealous Lover, What's Your Damage? Oh, the band is Jealous, and this is 2 EPs, like Jealous, one, gosh, Lover, and What's Your Damage? So it's kind of a combination of these 2 EPs. This is Dead Strange. They're a 3-piece, and let me see, this is limited to 300 copies, and I believe that might be on red vinyl too, I want to say. Is it? No, it's on marble vinyl. Nope. No, it's red vinyl. God, I swear every week it's like I can't even read my own handwriting. But anyway, yes, that's what it is. And all right, so it's kind of a mix of 70s glam punk garage, a touch of Riot Girl, that kind of stuff. But anyway, so now you can get those 2 EPs together, and there's the back. There they are. All right. This is Joy Orbison, and this is called Still Slipping Volume 1. This is on XL Recordings, and it's the debut full-length project from Joy Orbison, and fans of his DJ sets and radio shows will already be pretty aware of his diverse taste and inspirations represented here through this. And anyway, mainly UK collaborators, but just as important as that are, during like a lockdown and separation, the only communication he had with his family was through, I guess, these voices on tape, probably answering machine stuff, things like that. But anyway, you'll see here, like, these, kind of interspersed throughout, voices of his mother, father, sister, uncles, one who recently passed away, cousins, and as well as Leanne, who is pictured here on the cover. And Leanne was the first person to introduce him to drum and bass, and as a kid, and she's like the cover art girl. So, there's a series of these voice notes, his only contact with his family during this year of worldwide lockdown, but he made it work in and out through the music. So it's a very like kind of intimate glimpse of the personal world of this artist. So there's that. All right, and then we have a new album from Jungle, and this one is called Loving in Stereo, and you can get this on cassette as well. It's not one of those great cases, it's one of those little kind of paper ones, but okay, so this is on Kaola Records, and this is like a typical Jungle soundtrack for summer, very bright poppy kind of stuff, and I thought this was pretty good. I enjoyed listening to this today, so kind of not far from what you've already had if you already listened to Jungle. It's real similar to that, and there's like a song that's instantly familiar that I think that has been getting radio play for a few months now, so that too. And again, you can that's on marble vinyl, they're calling it. Don't know exactly if it has a color or if it's like a grayish or whitish marble, I'm not sure. Anyway, here you go. This is Krongbin, and this is Barn Breaks Volume 3 from Dead Oceans. Okay, so what this is, it contains scratch samples from Mordecai, their last full length, band hits, loops, bass lines, keyboard stabs, guitar chords, vocals, and it's like, it's kind of a DJ thing. But anyway, that's available now too. Then we have, oh boy, this is kind of a big release this week. And this is The Killers, and it's called Pressure Machine, and this is on Island. Okay, so this is their 7th studio album. It's about, small town of Nephi, Utah, where Brandon Flowers spent his youth. These songs are very personal. They cover this spectrum of emotions in connection to growing up in a rural setting. One track features a collaboration with Phoebe Bridgers. It's not typical Killers kind of stuff though. You're not going to hear another Mr. Brightside on here and stuff like that. This is more, one of my coworkers kind of nailed it. He said it's more of kind of a Bruce Springsteen kind of writing, that sort of Americana kind of singer-songwriter, again, talking about life in a rural town. So it's pretty different for them, but, there you go. Here it is. I think they kind of pushed this ahead because I don't think it was really meant to be out this week. I think it just suddenly got pushed forward. So it's here. All right, now this one here. Yeah. Lil Sky's Unbothered. Okay, this is through Atlantic, and this is the second album. Is an American rapper, and it has guest appearances from Wiz Khalifa and Lil Durk on here. So that's what that one's all about. All right, then we have Pearl Jam, No Code, in a gatefold sleeve. This is from Sony Legacy. Now, this was, I want to say, their fourth album. It was after Vitology, and they had just come off the Vitology tour and were, you know, kind of, well, tired for one thing, but also trying to get in the studio and make this record. And I think there was a little bit of like inter-band kind of discord going on at the time too. So, you know, it was like a real labor to do this. But anyway, this is the first album that Jack Irons is on drumming, and he joined Pearl Jam like right when Vitology was finishing up. So anyway, they kind of credit him as being like kind of the new blood, I guess, and a, you know, spiritual sort of leader, and kind of kept everything together. Otherwise, because the other guys were thinking, even though there was like a little bit of discord, they were on their best behavior around the new guy. So it kind of, you know, helped to get this thing off the ground. Anyway, it sort of charted really high, and then I think it sort of, you know, fell out of favor. People didn't know what to make of this because it's got a lot of mixed things. There's, you know, kind of even like world beats kind of stuff on here. It's not the same as like the grunge rock and roll. And I think this is the only one of their albums that isn't multi-platinum. So, but anyway, newly remastered for vinyl, and it's actually been out of print on vinyl since it first came out. So, and they're saying in 1996. So this is recreated original artwork here. This is like, you know, I guess a new look at that. And it includes one of 4 sets of Polaroid lyric cards in this too. So I guess just depending on which one you get, they're in there. But anyway, so that's here for you now too. And that's like a pretty exciting reissue. Okay. Then we have, all right, this is Sasha Luz Oscura, and this is 2 LPs on Alkane label. So it's a new mix compilation. I guess Sasha is like a DJ, and he's like taking all these things very, you know, gosh, I want to say it's kind of like, you know, techno-electronica type stuff. But anyway, I'm not super familiar with Sasha, but I guess he's been kicking around for a long time. And this was something that he kind of was putting a playlist together. And from there, it just kind of, you know, got feet and decided, you know, to make a record with it. And then he was being sent music by artists that normally wouldn't be working with him. So it was like kind of a new thing for him too. So breathed life into that. And again, it was just him, like I said, making a playlist while, you know, kind of being in lockdown. More of that. Okay, now we have, this is a reissue. This is Scritti Politti, Anime and Bonami, and this is 2 LPs and on Rough Trade. Originally released in 1999 and only on CD, never released as an LP. So here, 11 years later, after the release of previous album called Provision, they kind of erupted back into life with this. Well, anyway, it's like just, you know, pure pop kind of stuff. And, you know, there's a bit of hip hop flourishes, and also a lot of the balladry that, you know, they were kind of known for. But anyway, you know, this one is, like I said, been out of print for a long time, and now you can finally get it on vinyl. So there is that. All right, another Scritti Politti reissue here. This is Cupid and Psyche, and this one is from 1985, also on Rough Trade. Originally, released in 85. So the way Scritti Politti kind of started out, they went from being kind of DIY bedsit, you know, making Green Garside, making music there, to, you know, eventually to New York recording studios. It was like a really, you know, juxtaposition to what they had kind of come up doing. So there, these radical shifts kind of really are aware. You're aware of that in the creation of this. This is their second album, and it was like that they achieved it was pretty like against impossible odds. But anyway, they became more adventurous because Green Garside was introduced to this pianist and programmer for this one, and like while making their debut, which was Songs to Remember. So anyway, when they met, they realized they had found like this Green Garside had finally got this real creative foil that he could use to help him make the music he really wanted to. So this one, came out pretty good, and it's infused with like a lot of these synth, pop kind of stuff, but it has some classic funk lines in there too. And I think that they had this hit, Would-Be's, Pray Like Aretha Franklin, a little homage to Aretha on here, and that's on this record. Okay, next up, this is Silverstein, When Broken is Easily Fixed. This is coming to you from Craft Recordings. It's their debut from 2003. And they were like a hardcore, band with melodic hooks, heavy metal kind of stuff. This is on limited edition yellow vinyl, and it's all newly remastered as well. It's canary yellow vinyl. Okay, so that's back. And then we have the soundtrack of the movie called Free Guy, and this is on clear and orange vinyl through Hollywood Records. And it's just various artists here. Mariah Carey is on this. Fred Astaire is on this. Frankie Valli, Mama Cass, Christoph Beck. Okay, so for that movie. All right. Now this is Strapping Young Lad, SYL. This one is through Listenable Records, and this is a Canadian extreme metal band that they kind of got together in 1994. And the frontman here, Devin Townsend, initially started it as kind of a solo project, and then had band members join where they were finally a complete unit. And then I think it was 2006 they took a hiatus, and then came back to finish this up. Anyway, this is new vinyl master that they made for all these records, but anyway, and bonus tracks on here too. So I guess they were kind of known for their stage show. This Devin Townsend had a very eccentric and aggressive kind of look and demeanor, and it used to make it a lot of fun. But anyway, so here you go. That's available again. All right, this one here is Donna Summer, Mistaken Identity. This is on 180 gram yellow vinyl, and that's through Driven by Music. So after Bad Girls, this is the one that came after that, and she left Casablanca, and she was actually the first artist to ever be signed to Geffen Records. And so yeah, that was like her song, and it kind of was like she worked with producers that had made big hits for a lot of other people, and kind of put her more in that competing with just contemporary artists in like a crossover way like that. So it kind of put her on the map there. This record did. So colored vinyl edition, and it includes the singles When Love Cries and Work That Magic. Okay, now this crazy thing is a Sun Ra Languidity. It's who does this come out through? Strut. And this is they're calling the definitive edition, and it's a limited 4 LP box set edition. It includes the original 1978 Philly Jazz commercial pressing and an alternate version as 2 LP sets in full original artwork. Now, listen. Sun Ra, I mean, how many records does Sun Ra have? I can't believe what a productive output this was. I don't know how many albums this guy was putting out a year, but the catalog is huge. But anyway, there's also a 12-inch size booklet in here featuring new liner notes, and it's remastered by Technology Works. But it's a pretty sharp looking box, and that's available now. Okay. Then this is Theater West, and This is called Bow to the People, and this comes to you on Strut Records. This is one of the most in-demand and significant albums from the archives of Jimmy Gray's Black Pine Records. It's like 60s and 70s funk, but pretty sought after. That's available now. All right, and from there we have, this is various artists, Country Funk, 1969 to 1975. This is on Orange Swirl, 2 LPs, and this is through Light in the Attic. And they're another kind of what is like country funk? It's kind of genre-defying, sort of rare tracks, slow jams, kind of playful, melancholy, barroom raw, you know, that it's got all kinds of stuff, like from the swamp to the city and all points in between. But anyway, this has some, you know, tracks that everybody that's into this stuff is really, you know, kind of sought after. So yeah, through Light in the Attic, and it's special edition Orange Swirl Wax, limited to 1,000 copies worldwide. Okay, and then we have various artists rip it up. This is the best of Specialty Records. Now, this is some of the most important tracks to be released on the notable Los Angeles label called Specialty, and they were founded in 1945, and they made like a giant impact in the fields of gospel, rock and roll, and R&B. They had people like Little Richard and Lloyd Price and Sam Cooke when they, you know, were starting out. And this compilation features 18 tracks of music, and it really helped shape R&B as we know it. So that's kind of a nice thing to have. There's some pretty great things on here too. This looks good. And then we have White Flowers, and this is called Day by Day, and this is on blue, what are they calling that? Deep blue vinyl. Okay, and this is through what? Who's putting this out? Tough Love Records. Okay, so they're a duo, and this is their debut, and it's like a coming of age record that was written when they were teenagers up through into their early 20s, and in this kind of weird apocalyptic time that, you know, everyone has been going through. So it's kind of shoegazy, dream pop kind of stuff, very reminiscent of, there's like little hints of Beach House in here if you like them, or I kind of thought a little bit like a slow dive kind of vibe going. But anyway, most of this was self-recorded, largely self-recorded, but they also had a co-producer of Jez Williams of Doves was on this too. Now, the only thing that kind of was bothering me about this, actually, though, was the recording. I thought it really seemed kind of muddy to me, and that's the one thing that caught my ear. Good songs, good sound, but just didn't particularly like the production value of it. But, you know, it was still a good record. Okay. Now this, I'm wondering how I missed this. Jade Bird. This is supposed to be at the beginning of my list here. Different Kinds of Light. Okay, this is on Glassnote. This is the second album from Jade Bird. And let's see, she, you know, keeps on with her flair as a storyteller in this. It was, let's see, producer is like Dave Cobb, and he has produced people like Brandi Carlile, John Prine, Lady Gaga, and so he's working with her now. But she also has like a lot of British influences on here of bands like the Smiths, the Cocteau Twins, Blur, and Oasis. And she was saying that that was like just consciously the kind of music that she's missing right now. So it really influenced her a lot. I liked the first Jade Bird album. I thought it was really, really good. And I didn't get, only got like a chance to hear this one time. So I can't say if it's, maybe it's a grower, or, you know, I don't know if it's going to be instantly like, oh, I love this, but I think it, you know, a few listens should be pretty good on that. Okay, so that's just some of the stuff that came out today, and just to, you know, keep it short and sweet here. I hope you found something that you like or are interested in, and we are here, if you're local, we're open from 10 to 4 every single day, and you can come in and get these and more. So have a great weekend, everybody. And if you haven't subscribed, you want to click that little button down below. That would be awesome. We would love to have you with us as a subscriber. And if you hit the bell, it'll notify you of uploads via your email every time we do a new upload, which is normally Friday, new release day. So thanks for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye, everyone.